So last year, I got the opportunity to teach jiu-jitsu at a 3-day event in Norway, and I ended up filming the whole event. And when I got home, I decided to make all that content available for free. It's on my website. It's the Norway seminar. You can watch it for free. A lot of people have watched it. Something like 26 modules. There's a lot of stuff there. Well, the other day I got a comment from someone named Bob, and I thought it would make a great topic of discussion today. So let me read it to you. I've watched this whole thing and it feels like nothing but a waste of time. Everything you teach here is basic moves everybody already knows. I have a tournament in less than a week, and for some reason, I thought a free instructional seminar would help. Okay, let's talk about it. So what's my response to Bob? And before we begin, let me remind you, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. It's the best way to reward a content creator. And it helps the algorithm distribute the content a little bit more widely. And so I appreciate it. And also, if you haven't done so, I've got a lot of instructional courses at my website, rickellis.com. And one of them is for sale at the moment. Depending on when you're watching this video, it may or may not still be for sale, but the coupon code will be in the description below. So check that out. So I want to keep this discussion really constructive. I'm not mad at Bob. I mean, honestly, Bob has what I would call the white belt mindset. There are two mindsets in jiu-jitsu. I assume that Bob is a white belt, maybe an early stage blue belt, because he's exhibiting the classic white belt mindset. There's the white belt mindset, there's the black belt mindset. What is the difference? Well, the white belt mindset is one in which you're always looking for that next technique that your training partners don't know, or that next, that technique that you might be able to use in a competition setting that your opponents are unlikely to know. You're looking for sneaky techniques. You're looking for the unorthodox. You're looking for the novel. You're looking for things that are, creative, in order to have success. Why? Because as a white belt, by definition, you don't have a lot of success. You don't get the tap very much when you're a white belt or even a blue belt. And so sometimes the difference between no success and a little bit of success is if you can go out and find something that your training partners don't know. That's the white belt mindset. That's not the black belt mindset. What is the black belt mindset? Well, the black belt mindset is the mindset of mastery, right? The black belt is not looking for more techniques. What they're looking for is to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the techniques that constitute their game. This idea that everybody knows the armbar, everybody knows the triangle choke, everybody knows the kimura, those things simply don't work because everybody knows them. That's the white belt mindset. That's the white belt mentality. Why? Because you haven't mastered those techniques yet. But here's an interesting thing. If you go watch jiu-jitsu competitions, what you're going to find is most of the submissions that you'll see in competition are pretty standard basic techniques that everybody knows. In fact, a friend of mine named Louis Martin runs a website called High Percentage Martial Arts, and he's a nerd. He's a martial arts nerd, and he watched 500 jiu-jitsu matches and compiled a database with all of the submissions that were present. Let me throw this on the screen so you can see. Out of 500 submissions, those first three on the left, armbar, triangle, rear naked choke, those three constitute about half of all of the submissions in those tournaments. The next four, bow and arrow choke, foot lock, ankle lock, guillotine, and kimura, constitute the next 25%. So those techniques, those first three and those next four, that's 75% of all submissions in those tournaments. The rest of these collar choke, knee bar, Americana, toe hold, heel hook, Doris, Ezekiel, arm triangle. Again, basic techniques. Everybody knows those, right? Those are the last 25%. So, and this is not just white belt competitions. This was also black belts. This was every level that got looked at. And so what does that tell you? If most submissions are standard, normal, bread and butter stuff, well, it tells you that those things do work. Those techniques do work, and they work at the highest levels. Look at guys like Marcelo Garcia. Arm drag to the back, rear naked choke. How many times did he do that at the elite level against the very best in the world? Or what about Roger Gracie? Basic mounted cross collar choke. You get mounted, one hand goes in, the second hand goes in, you choke him. I mean, that's about as basic as a technique as it gets. So this idea that basic techniques don't work because everybody knows, I mean, that's the novice mindset. I mean, do you think Michael Jordan didn't practice dribbling? You think he didn't practice his layups? I mean, Kobe Bryant, I read one time that he would practice 1,000 layups every single day, or jump shots every single day. 1,000 jump shots. Phew. I mean, that's one of the most basic techniques in basketball. The difference between an elite level athlete and a good athlete or a novice athlete is not the techniques being used. Kobe Bryant, as good as he was, Michael Jordan, as good as he was, I mean, mostly he was doing fundamentally sound stuff. Layups, fadeaway jumpers, slam dunks. That's it. Why was he so good? Because he practiced more than anybody else. That's the black belt mindset. That's the black belt mindset. And so what I hope is, Bob, if you're listening, what I hope is that you begin shifting your perspective. Personally, I love watching instructors, especially the ones that I really respect. I love watching them teach the basics. Why? Because what I'm looking for are just little tweaks, little adjustments that are going to help me make my arm bars, triangles, all those things better. And what's interesting is that if you're a white belt or a blue belt and you're watching somebody teach a technique, there's so much context that you lack, there's so much experience that you lack, that you're literally unable to see everything that's happening there. At best, you're just going to pick up the broad strokes of that technique. But what happens with skill and experience, you watch someone teach and you see the nuance. You'll see a little hip shift. Oh, check that out. He shifted his hip slightly to deny the arm being pulled out. Or, oh, look how far, how perpendicular he's getting on that technique to aid in the finish, right? You're looking for those little tweaks. You're looking for just those little adjustments so that you get better and better and better, so that you become unstoppable even against skill. That's what we're training for. And I encourage you, if you're a white belt or an early stage blue belt, you'll never get the purple belt, by the way, if you continue with the white belt mindset. The purple belt is the belt at which you develop the black belt mindset. You stop trying to constantly pull in new techniques. What you're looking to do at purple belt is to go deep, is to go deeper. And at brown belt, you're still going deeper. At black belt, you're going deeper. And so that's the mindset that you develop. And if you're a white belt or you're a blue belt and you want to get to purple belt, brown belt, black belt, the only way to get there is by shifting your mindset. It's not as important to shift it at white belt because you're still learning so much. There's a lot that you don't know. But at some point, you have to stop with this idea that you're just that next technique away from success, and instead realize that your lack of success is directly attributable to your lack of mastery. Seek mastery. It'll serve you well, and it'll let you have success even against skill. Thanks for watching.